Hey guys, welcome back to Vintage Vibes. Today is Tuesday, November 26th. I pray that everybody's getting ready to have a happy Thanksgiving. I got a good praise report on Jaden. The doctor said there was nothing to worry about with his little knots. One was just a rib piece kind of sticking out of his little skin, and maybe this because his body's changing, and also the weather was just like a tissue type knot, and he said that it didn't look like anything to be concerned with, so we're so excited for that. I'm not sure if I gave y'all an update, but anyway, we got a fun walkthrough of my shopping list holders that I made this year for my craft fair. Also, I just want to say welcome all of my subscribers. We have some new ones. I'm excited about that. So I'm so glad everybody is part of my crafting community. And so let's just jump in and get started. So these shopping list holders that I make, I've done a tutorial on how to put these together, and it's kind of lengthy, and it's about 2-3 parts to it. I think it's 3 parts to it. But anyway, but they measure 4.5 by 8.5, and you can make these any length you want to. You can make them shorter, but this is just how I do them, and that way it's just easier on me to put them all together, because I just kind of a system that I've worked out for my craft fair, and people love them, and I sell all of these every year. But I just add a little pin to it. And I use various collections, and this one is the Farmhouse collection. I'm not real sure. I think it's called Country Kitchen. Okay, and it's real pretty. I love this collection, and it was actually this was a piece of paper. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but this was on one side, and then this. And then this was like one whole piece. So I just kind of cut it and did it this way. I thought this was so cute. And then I always add a little charm to it and put it on here. And I just had this in my stash, this little sunflower. And I get this elastic band from this black one from Walmart. Not Walmart, Lord, Hobby Lobby. But these are really nice. I just had to cut apart on the sticker sheet. And I put some little enamel dots in that I had in my stash. And I had out of enamel dots. I realized the other day when I was doing these, I was like, oh my Lord, I'm almost out of my enamel dots. But this spine is 3/4 of an inch. Yes, and I did some modifications too on like my shopping list holder, because I had to, the coupon holder. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and jump in and open it up. And I always add this cute little pin from Recollections, but I'm not seeing these in their stores anymore, and it's hard to even order them. So I'm not sure, but this is a hardback cover. I do put chipboard because, you know, it lasts longer and it's more sturdier. But anyway, I put a receipt coupon holder in mine, and it's really, really sweet. This paper is so cute. My mama, she loved roosters. I just love it. But I put a little Velcro, and I get this Velcro from Hobby Lobby also in the sewing section. This is really strong Velcro. It's not too strong, but it's strong enough. And then it has this little cute receipt holder. You can look down in there. I put the little matching paper down in the insides too. And it's like a little accordion on the side, on both sides. And, but yeah, so I had to kind of adjust my measurements on this part, because when this little chipboard piece pulls over, it kept wanting to not close good. So I had to just like shorten this little part a little bit. So it kind of worked out better. But anyway, that's just about the basic thing that I had to do different. And I feel some glue right there. I'm going to spin off my fingers. But anyway, let's move on. So that's what that one looks like. And then that's the shopping list that I had left in my stash. I'm trying to use up all the ones I've had bought up over the past couple of years. And I'm kind of on the last legs of these shopping lists. And I ain't had time to get out and get more, so I had to just make them work. But anyway, but this was a cute one. I thought kind of matched it pretty good. And I always try to do that. But it's reusable. You know, it has this pocket. And this pocket is the pocket that you, you know, do half inch, and half inch. And put it on there. That way it gives it room to slide in and out. And I also add these little adhesive pockets on these because I like to do a little hidden pocket, and these are from Target. You get them around the time of year when school supplies start coming out. That's when they normally have them, and they may have them at other times, but that's the only time I've ever noticed them. So I get those from Target, and I put this little hidden pocket in here, and I just put this little card, this inspirational card, and mine, you know, and then also that's where you can probably, if you wanted to not take your purse, you could probably just stick your little debit card or whatever in there, or money, and just kind of hides it a little bit. I don't know if I would trust it or not. It may not fall out. It might, or it may not. It may not. Look. And then you could, or put it in here because it closes nicely. And that way you don't have to worry about your purse or anything like that. And you'll have your lists and your notes. And these too, a lot of these, I left the magnets on the back of those. And I also put because these were so flimsy, I put an extra piece. But, anyway, but I went back and put white ones on the other one. But I left the magnets though in case you want to just take it off, put it on your refrigerator, make your list, you know, and then you can stick it back in there. And then when you run out, you know, they can go buy another list and put it on there. So these are big sellers at my craft fair. But this one's really pretty. I love, love, love this paper. I'm really working my fingers about off, trying to get done with all my things. You know, this time of year we've had so much with Jaden, but anyway, so I'm trying to play catch up right now, but I got some cool things coming, videos. I've got a lot of things I have purchased, and I just, you know, Hobby Lobby, Joann's, different things, Michael's. I got some stuff from Happy Crafter's shop. It's very hard to get items from her, but I was just happened to be on there at the right time, and I just got a few items from her. She seems to find things that I cannot find, and that's good for all of us crafters. But this time of year, my husband gives me my Christmas money, and I just kind of get what I want to get. So I'm excited about sharing that with y'all. But this is one of my shopping list holders. And I haven't put the little adhesive pockets in all the rest of them, but I'm going to show you kind of how I do that. But this is my next one. And this is a collection I got from Michael's like last year. And it is called something Country Meadows, I believe. But anyway, but it's a real pretty collection. And it doesn't have cut apart. So I took this cut apart that was in the Avenue collection from Rec Collection, if you're familiar with that paper from Michael's. But it went really pretty with it. I just stuck this paper from this collection underneath it, cut it down, and I put this little Jimmy on there. I always like to add little charms, and that's the back of that one. And that little pen that I had in my stash. Yeah, I'm about to run out of these pens. I'm going to have to start finding different ones now. But I love these pens. They're so cute with all the books and stuff. And then this is this shopping list holder. It's really pretty. I love this paper. And, yeah, and I put the little paper down in there where you can see. Kind of put it, the little accordions on the side to match. And then you got this one. Now, I'm going to show you how I add my pockets because these little pockets, y'all, and you got to go find your top piece. Just always go find your little top piece. Okay, and what I do is I keep this piece for just a second, and I kind of line this up down here at the bottom. I hope y'all can see that. And I kind of look at the top and see where my list holder is to make sure it's kind of hidden under there. Okay, and just kind of rub on it with your fingers a little bit. Okay, and what I do with this piece of paper, y'all, because I don't want this to get scratched up just by your bone folder. And so what I do is I just take that over it and I just press it down really, really good and make sure that's adhered to that, because I have scratched it when I first started doing these, the little clear plastic piece on there, and it looked horrible, so I had to keep that one for myself. Because it, you know, once you pull this up, it's ruined. And I don't want to give people junk. So, but anyway, but I kept that one. Then I think I gave it to somebody as a gift, and they didn't care about it being scratched. But I wouldn't sell it to people because I'm so ticky. It's just me. But anyway, but I just make sure it's rubbed on there real good. And I'll just take one of my little cards next that's in the box, and I'll see, ooh, what color would that match with best. So, and I'll just turn it over. And I'll just stick it in there, and you know, and I just go on. So that's how I do that. And these are a little time consuming, but they're not if you mass produce. Like, you have to kind of keep everything in line and keep it all going, you know, type thing. So, but anyway, so here's this one I made, and I made 2 of them like this. This says positive vibes, and this little lemon I had in my stash. I got these charms from Temu, and it says, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Okay, and so I just took a little strip and I put that little strip underneath there. Some of these I do, and they're all hardback, and there's the back. I love this lemon. This is so pretty. And then this is some little lemonade cups. Oh, so cute. And then I put that on the top, and then the little I do the little card chipboard strips, and I do it in the bottom piece too. And it's got the little lemon paper and a little stripe paper in there, and it has the little lemons on the side, little lemonade cups. And this one says squeeze the day. So cute. And so what I'm going to do as I go through, well, I'll tell you what, I'll do that later. But I didn't put the little thing on there yet, but that's fine. I'm not going to do all that. It's just for the sake of this video. It's probably boring. But anyway, you know how to do it now. I showed you how to do that. But I'll go back through and put my little things. But that one's really pretty. I love that one. And then, like I said, I have 2 of those made. And then this one is called from the Country Kitchen collection, but I took the cut apart from this lemon, the Summertime Fun collection is where I got this one from, and this are recollections, and I've had about 4 or 5 of those paper bags, oh my lord, probably 3 years, because back when they did the hot buy papers at Michael's, you could literally get those sometimes for $4 or $5, okay? So when they went to that, I would go get 4 or 5 of them and just have them in my stash, and, you know, but anyway, but that's where this cut apart came from. And this was the Country Kitchen, and then this was like a little strip I had left over. And I got this little pen, it says Shine Bright, and this little daisy, and then there's the back. It's really pretty, and I just matched this paper from my stash. I have different cardstock colors. And then this one is like this. I have this little note in my stash. It's just various places when I find them. And look how cute that is. Oh, I just love this paper. It's so pretty. And then I put the little different things up in there, and the little accordion. And under here, it's got like a little striped piece, and then you can put that little thing on, which, you know, like I said, I'll do that later. I don't want to bore y'all with all that, take up all the time. So anyway, that's that one. And then this is another one from the Summertime collection. This one's called Just Chill. This is so cute. It's got the little ice cream trucks under there. It's so sweet. That was like a little strip that was in like one of the pages that had a bunch of little decorative strips on it. And that's a good way to use those. And that little this little charm I got from Temu. So cute. And also these white bands I got from Amazon.com. You can go on there and order that stretchy band on there. And I've had it for a couple years, so I couldn't really tell you. I could probably go back and research and look, but you know, but this is something I've had in my stash for a while, this little paper pad, and I'm thinking, what am I gonna do with that little thing? This little paper pad. Lord, I'm so crazy, I'll tell you. Note list. And I don't want to get to coughing too much. But this is the little different ice creams and popsicles. I just thought that was so sweet. This little collection is so cute. If you could get your hands on it, you can make a lot of pretty things. But I always double side because I like my stuff to be, you know, thick. I want it to be nice. And then the bottom, it just kind of sits on there sturdy. And then this is the little paper that's underneath. And yeah, I'm getting ready for my craft fair. It's coming up in December, and I'm excited. But Lord, I have so many things I want to do, and I just haven't had time. And there's the other lemon one. And sorry, I'm just coughing. When I get to talking, my reflux gets so built up. But anyway, so this one's really pretty. This is from the Avenue collection. This paper here, I just love it. And I had this little charms. It's called From Sunny Days collection. And it was in the little pack. And this kind of matched it. So I went ahead with that. And this little pen says, enjoy the moment. And this little cut apart. And it was in this paper. I love this Avenue paper. And so let's open it up. Oh, let's look at the back. It has the same on the back of this one. And so anyway, and I always use hole reinforcers in my middle. I have a little punch that does those. And this is the little paper that was in the collection. It's real pretty. And I put that down in there. I always like to show y'all what it looks like. Just in case you want to kind of get ideas, because it's a lot. You know, it's a lot to try to think about all these things and put these colors together. And, you know, that's a lot of part of the fun, right? And then there's that paper that I put on there. Yeah, it's real pretty. But, you know, give me some comments. Link down below what you like and what you would like to see more of. I mean, because I do all kinds of things, you know. I try to do a lot of different things. And then this is one of my little cuties. This is called Hello Happiness. And it says enjoy the moment. And I had this another one of those little strips. I had this little charm come from Temu. Yep. And then that's the back. So cute. I just love, 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 love this paper. Karis, my friend Karis from Karis Means Grace. If you're watching this, she loves watermelons, I've heard. So, you know, she loves this watermelon stuff. And then there's that Busy Bee shopping list. I thought it kind of matched it. So I went ahead and put it in there because I've had this for a while. You know, I just kind of went with what I had, you know, because that's what we have to do sometimes. Not, you know, just keep going out and going and going and buying and buying. You know, it's easy to do that because I'll do that sometimes. But, you know, and I've been trying to use up more of my things. And next year, I'm going to try to really use up a lot of my stuff. I really have so many things. I'm going to get that little glue off of there. Sometimes you get little strays. But this paper is so pretty. I love this summertime fun paper. So pretty, so pretty. And I made 2 of those. Yep, so there's the other one. It's just like that one. And then this is one of my favorites, y'all. One of my favorites. I can't make it up. But this one is so cute. And I think it's on my... I think my stuff is on here backwards. But sometimes this crazy loop, y'all, will get stuck. And then you got to flip it around. And your little charm gets on there backwards. Let's see. Get that off of there. Now, see, it won't hang right. So you got to watch your little paper, too, when you put your pins on there. Just be mindful of that and that it don't try to, you know, pull on that paper. But anyway, but this one is so pretty, y'all. Look how pretty this is. Oh my God, I just love this one. It says life is sweet. And this little stripe was in there, and this little cut apart. Y'all, isn't that not precious? I got this little charm from Temu. This red elastic band too come from Amazon. It's real pretty. I just love it. Just love it. And then there's the back. Okay. And here's the inside. There's the little paper. And then put those sweet little strawberries in there. Some little paper in there. And then here's a to-do list that I had left over. And then there's that little stripe. So pretty. And I put that same, whatever I put here, I put here. And whatever I normally would put, like, I'll show you real quick. Here, I'll put here. So it kind of all goes hand in hand. And you can mix it up. You don't have to do it that way. Just however you want to do it. But anyway, I pray that y'all have a wonderful day. An awesome Thanksgiving. I know that, you know, there's a lot going on this time of year. But I'm hoping to get this tutorial up. Y'all, I told you, I'm crazy. This video up today, loaded. And if there's anything you want to know or about, and I'll check and see what size this is and what this is on Amazon, and I'll put it in the description box for y'all. Right now, I'm going to make me a little note of that because I know me and my brain, like, oh my goodness, my brain will be like, oh my gosh, you forgot. So I'm going to check on, that ain't going to write on there, is it? So I'm going to check on the elastic from Amazon. I'll make me a note with it, and when I go to do it, and I'm gonna link it. Okay, so I got that handled, so I'm gonna do that. But I pray y'all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And I'm so excited for all the upcoming things I have to share with y'all. And so remember, I love you. And thank you for coming to my channel, hanging out with me, putting up with me and my shenanigans. But God loves you more. Bye, guys. See you later.